Alright, video one. This is for a man named Aaron Shaw. Aaron Shaw, man, if you can hear my spirit, I hope I do you justice. And may your soul be at peace. And Shaw-Unarmed. And please share this video. Please share his story, his name. His name is Aaron Shaw. He was an unarmed black man, 47 years old, in Floral, Alabama. Yep. This happened October 2004. Unarmed in his front yard, working on something, had his music on. Someone thought it was too loud, called the police, and I'm just gonna get right to the point here. Three cops came. They didn't feel that there was a need for that third cop for some reason, so it was the son and father, ironically, that stayed with Aaron Shaw. And let's see, witness testimony around 11:30. They heard him crying and screaming out, quote, "They're going to kill me," end quote. The lady also says she saw the cop stop him and slam his head against the car 5 times, and they could it was audible. There were numerous people came out and talked about how they could hear this. And there were a lot of witnesses in the neighborhood, but the cops, right? So they they threw him in the car or whatever. And then they went to a convenience store and they stopped. They stopped and they got out to beat him. They beat him. Let's see. Yeah. So they beat him, and then another. Sorry, oh my God. They put him back in the car, and this I'm assuming they still have the surveillance footage, but I'm assuming it's not accessible unless you already have it or had it. Um, They took him to another convenience store where they did the same thing. And this time, the woman probably saw the cashier or clerk or whatever, probably saw on the side of the car to serve and protect, and saw what they were doing in beating a man, beating him viciously against against the car, just viciously beating him, right? And I mean, I know a beating is horrible, but his was vicious. And I'm not going into any more detail right now unless that need be heard. Just, yeah. So she saw that, I suppose, and she called the mayor. Once the mayor was called, very shortly after that, 4 miles outside of town, Aaron Shaw was found with a bullet to the head and left in a ditch. So what what did the cops claim? Cops claimed he kicked in the glass and got a taser and tasered one of the cops, and this was all in self-defense. Come on now. We're not that dumb. Let's play along with that and say, oh yeah, it was a taser. And back then, most departments required police to be tasered uh, before they could go and do their thing, but not all. And today, not all require it. That is up to the department. But either way, a taser, if one shot is done, it's 3 seconds. If it held down, it goes until the battery dies. The likelihood of that happening after being so viciously beaten, and this is not one area, not one, it wasn't like just the neighborhood saw him getting beaten, which is enough in itself, but area by area by area saw him being assaulted, and then for him to just happen to be outside of town dead. Come on. And so, of course, what they did is what they always do, what is customary, and that is they held the trial. Well, first of all, they put them on paid leave, so AKA paid vacation, and they had their hearing in private. And let's see if I okay, so the grand jury proceedings in his case were private, conducted in secret. Uh, so what that means is what evidence was presented and what evidence was not presented. We don't know. We'll never know. I can present you guys with full evidence of everything I'm saying. I'm just not. I'm trying to keep the videos as condensed as possible. But if a cop says it, then I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, so the district attorney says the ruling tells him that the cops, and I'm paraphrasing this, must have, quote, acted in self-defense or for some other reason and did not deserve to be tried. The district attorney didn't present this case to the grand jury because of his ties to the officers. The state attorney general's office handled it instead. Right, because we know that's how little towns work, right? We know that after the hearing's over, the DA and the cop and the judge, they're not all in the same. Come on. So, update. Judge ruled that the use of force was justified. And what hurt me the most when I was updating this file is there was another murder that occurred in this Floral, Alabama. And it was a black man, allegedly, that committed this murder. And he apparently he offered to talk to the family and tell them, admit to what he did. And I saw thanks being given to this father and son. They were thanking these two cops that murdered someone and got away with it. Not only murdered, beat someone and then murdered. Not only murdered someone and not only beat someone and murdered someone, but then abandoned the body in a ditch. Not only that, but lied. Not only that, still are walking freely. Nothing happened to them. And there are people out there that are thanking them because, hey, if it wasn't for those two cops, I wouldn't have got the peace of mind I need about my dead son. Well, what about his what about his mom? What about his dad? The NAACP said, we're not going to stop until we get justice for this case. Okay, well, you did stop. So please, share his name, share his story.